Hey, what's going on, guys? Today I have a walkthrough of my latest article called 10 Reasons You Will Need an Online Business in the Next 5 Years. This is the biggest article I've done so far, so I put a lot of work into it. I hope you guys like it. All right, let's get into it. Let's get rid of that. All right, so I'm just going to try and keep it as short as I can, even though it is a big article. So I'm not just going to read every single word like I normally do. Um, so you've hit this article today because you are a future entrepreneur and you want to own an online business this year. There's a lot of people searching around for it. I know that everyone wants to have their own online business, and why wouldn't you? I'm going to tell you why it's so important with this article. So maybe some of the reasons, if you're feeling like you want an online business, you want to start earning money online, you're probably feeling like I was for the past year or two, before I started my online business. So you're doing a job to earn money, you're good at it, you get paid well, get some enjoyment out of it. But things might be getting harder for you. Maybe you have a young family and you've gone down to a single income. Lauren and I have been there, and it is tough. Something we didn't expect to be so tough. I mean, we didn't really manage that money that well. We didn't really have to budget because we weren't big spenders. But having kids, it does get tough. Things get out of control, and you start spending more money. Anyway, so the way the economy is, it seems like there's less opportunity to make a better life for yourself and your family. Right. So this is the same all around the world, guys. So if this sounds similar to you, what's been going on with you, and if you feel the same, you're not alone. There is a whole generation of us. So around 2007, 2008, when the global financial crisis hit, if you're around my age, 29 as of writing this, you might have been either going to college or just going to university. Maybe you're just getting into the workforce full time, almost finished your degree, or like me, you'd been in the workforce for a few years. And so, everything we thought we knew about career paths and employment had changed. Certainly, I thought I had a good idea of where I was going, but it definitely it changed a lot as I went through my apprenticeship. So basically, there was a whole generation of us who were trying to wade through the dust of a financial catastrophe, the likes of which the world had never seen coming. And, a lot of us really didn't. You'll hear people say that all of the guys on Wall Street saw it coming. Maybe they did, but I don't believe people seen it crashing so hard and changing the world the way it has. So after all the ups and downs over this period, a lot of us are probably feeling helpless and just not in control of our career paths or our means to provide a sustainable source of income. So considering all those things, guys, I've come up with 10 reasons why you will need an online business in the next 5 years. So reason number one is you don't love your job, and you probably never will. I mean, a lot of people don't love their job. They do it to make money. Even if you love it in the beginning, I'm sure you'll get over it. And, so yeah, a lot of people probably ended up in jobs that they didn't really want to do. Like, if you're around my age, you sort of got into the workforce because there wasn't that many jobs around at that stage when the credit crunch happened. Guys, I want to know in the comments down below how you got into your career path. I just want to learn a little bit about what happened with some of you guys who are in the category that I was around that time. So leave a comment down below. So chances are you've been in a job for an amount of time and in a less than ideal situation, you would find it hard to love your job in that case. So what I love about online business is they can be based on a number of things and be very successful. So some of the most successful of all time are based on a personal passion or interest. Check out my article, 5 Successful Hobby Blogs That Make Money. So this is 5 hugely successful blogs that started out in a niche that you might not think, could make a huge sum of money like these have. So definitely check that out. So all of that makes sense. Something you're passionate about will keep you motivated. Being your passion, you have a broad knowledge or be keen to learn more about it. That's the thing. You don't have to be an expert. Even if you have a broad knowledge about it, just, part of writing content and running a business, you will it'll drive you to learn more because you're going to be trying to grow and move upwards. So it's just the nature of business, basically. So don't get stuck on being an expert. If you're keen to learn, you will become an expert one day. So if it's a passion or hobby or interest, then you will get a lot of enjoyment out of it while earning good income. So a promotion, so within a traditional career, a promotion generally means more responsibility and also not enough money for it in most cases. So what I can compare that to is working in construction as a carpenter. I went for a job as a construction supervisor, which was a move up, but it was a big move down in income for me. So for a short time I did that, and so maybe some of you can relate to this. So when I started the job, I thought, it looks like a good ladder to climb within a home building business. But the more I learned about those jobs that I could progress to, the more it seemed like a bad idea. Especially when I learned the money that they made for doing that job, like as if the starting wage for being a construction supervisor wasn't bad enough. I mean, some of the guys in charge were sort of earning less than I was as a contractor, which sort of sucks. So with an online business or a blog, the only ladder to climb is the one that you are building yourself, and you own it, and you can decide how high it needs to grow. So you'll see figures being thrown around like on Pinterest and stuff, and Facebook, YouTube, how people are making like 10 grand a month, 6 grand a month. So basically, the way an online business works or a blog is that there is a method, there's a formula, and when you follow it, between $6,000 to $10,000 a month can be expected once you've got everything in place. And I don't want to give you the wrong idea, but you can, keep it at that level, but you can grow it to a huge sum if you put in more and more work and keep growing your audience and offering more and more things. So, this is Timothy Ferriss's book. So that sort of relates to this, the ladder to climb. So basically, if you decide how high you want your business to grow, and then, the more you grow your business, the more money you start making, you can reduce your workload by outsourcing some of your daily tasks. Timothy Ferriss is an expert on that. Basically, when I read this book, the month I started reading this book was the same month that I started my blog. Very inspirational, and it's just so clear how simple it is to start a business from home and start to outsource things so that you can have more freedom and more money. So check that out. That's an affiliate link, by the way. So your potential annual income will plateau at about 1/10 of an online business owner. So it's probably a pretty broad statement, but it's true. The thing is that majority of jobs that we're all going for are popular. So think like lawyers, doctors, all the popular things that people want to do. So with that, there's a supply and demand issue within society. Jobs we're all going for are clearly attractive enough that the salary remains steady. So, like your salary will only generally grow with inflation. Whereas with a business, you're in control of how your money can grow or whether it doesn't, whether you're unsuccessful. It's totally in your control. You might be sitting there saying, well, everyone knows that. Running your own business, of course, you're better off running your own business. And you're right, the world's wealthiest, the 1%ers are all business owners or athletes. But did you know that in the last 5 to 10 years, more people have joined the world's wealthiest 1% than in the previous 60? Now that's a very important thing to remember. This is, because of the way online business has evolved, particularly how we conduct business globally, and most importantly, how we market our businesses online has been a game changer. Like digital marketing has just, skyrocketed people's businesses. Yeah, I've already said that. Anyway, so your job may become redundant. So this is pretty scary, guys. It's worst case scenario, but it's actually happening around the place. And the sad thing is we don't take notice until it actually gets bad. So this is what I want to help. This is what I want to help you guys with, is to prepare for it. Yeah, so here in Australia, checkouts in the shopping centre with a real person behind them are becoming scarce. Like, it is rare to see someone standing behind. It's probably the same everywhere else around the world, particularly in developed countries. But so it may seem like it's just a few manual jobs here and there, but the automation technology behind all this sort of stuff is just the tip of the iceberg. Yeah, so I'm not here trying to scare you, trying to tell you to quit your job, scare you into buying something. I basically just want to help you prepare for the future. There's a lot of sadness out there around people losing money and all that sort of stuff. And there is, it's such a, I'll get into it towards the end of the podcast. We'll get into that. So things have changed. Online business has changed, and the emergence of automation has changed a lot about society along the way. Things like higher education systems, tertiary training programs, human resources and employment systems. So online business has changed all of these things. Some of you who have had involvement in these things would know what I'm talking about. So some of you might be thinking those three things could use a bit of a change, and I would agree with you. These changes to me, though, are exciting because I've grown to seeing changes as an opportunity, and basically I hope to inspire you to do the same, take advantage of this. Don't give up on something because it's changed in a way that you don't think is fair. Try and leverage it. So the world is changing very fast, and that's what I mean by we don't really notice it until it's bad. Not everything is keeping up. So you've most likely read somewhere, maybe in one of my articles, that the world is changing faster than anyone can keep up with. While that statement is a little sensationalist, I don't say it because I'm a fearmonger. I say it to help substantiate my reason for believing blogging as the safest bet for starting an online business. So no matter what you're into, no matter what you want to do, I believe it is an awesome place to start because you can do it for a very small sum of money, and I'll get into that as well further down. So basically, guys, the fuel for blogging is the written word. I want you guys to remember that. I want you to write it down somewhere. And so you can write about any working part of our universe. This makes blogging or an online business highly adaptable, highly fluid, if you will. And you can ride the ups and downs and adapt the changes in any industry. Like, it is super quick to adapt your online business to whatever changes you're seeing yourself. There's also a lot of, Google provides a whole suite of products to help you stay on top of what is changing online. So with a single blog, you can bring in multiple streams of income. So you can diversify your whole money-making method within a blog, because you can sell ebooks, physical products, like things like fashion, pet products, home brewing gear, like anything you can imagine, you can sell through a little webpage like this. There's a lot more to it. If you're keen to learn about that now, scroll down, enter your email into. I'll just show you this thing down here. So this is a free 7-day e-course. This will take you from A to Z in getting started with a blog and an online business. And there's a few little freebies in there, guys. If you take advantage of that, you will not regret it. All right, where was I? Down here more. Yeah. All right, so you can diversify your income within a simple blog. Like, to get started with a blog, I don't know, $270 I think I paid to get started. There's a lot of stuff you can spend your money on. I'll get into that. So this guy here, Jeff Rose, he's pretty much an expert at money and finance. I definitely recommend checking out his website, checking out his YouTube videos. He's a good example of someone who runs a really successful online business alongside his, his physical business. He runs a financial practice as well. Check it out. You'll see what I mean. So in a world that is changing so fast, a shop front business can be very risky. So if you're just going to start with a shop front business these days, I'm not saying you can't or it's not, I don't know, profitable, but in my opinion, I think you're better off getting online just straight away. So now this is something I've seen and heard quite a bit of where I live. People I know, friends of friends, I've heard this through a lot of people. So this is a conversation I've had many times over the past 5 years or so. Maybe you guys can relate. You've probably had the same conversation with some of your friends. So this is how it goes. Hey, how are you? Yeah, I'm good. I've just started my own business. Things are going well. And then I'll see the same person like, a year later at a party or an engagement party or a wedding or something. And then I'll ask them, hey, so how is the business going? And then generally the reply is, yeah, not so good. I copped a huge tax bill. Or, yeah, I gave it up. I was outlaying way too much money and not making enough money for myself. That is probably the saddest one, really. I mean, so is the huge tax bill thing. But, I believe that no matter what state the economy is in, it's always been risky to set up a business. But I feel like a lot of the risk is taken out if you're going to go online. So obviously there are some exceptions. So starting a physical business like a shop front type or any sort of providing labour and services, you do have to outlay a lot of money. And that puts you under a lot of pressure to start bringing it back fast. So the more money you put out, obviously, the quicker you're going to want to get it back and sort of get on top of your finances. So this is where most of us fail. Due to financial pressure, we ignore tax obligations, among other things. But tax is probably the biggest one that people ignore in the hope that we can put it back when the cash starts to flow. Like I said, people quit because they get a huge tax bill because they ignored it for too long and the cash didn't really start to flow into the point where they were able to take an income on top of their costs. And so that's just sadness, people. I want to help you avoid that. So not all doom and gloom, guys. Let me tell you the other thing about online business. You don't have to outlay a huge sum of money to get started. Like I said before, about $270 is how I got started. I've spent a lot more now. But that's, once you start making money and start growing, then you'll want to spend more money and start making your job easier, basically. So there are many things you can invest your money into to make your job easier in the beginning, but you don't have to. The must-haves that I recommend investing in to begin with, don't be fooled into going with all the free stuff. It's as simple as this: WordPress and Bluehost as your website builder and hosting. So hosting is what projects your website on the internet. It is a must-have. You cannot do it without it. $2.75 a month is all it costs when you purchase through a Create and Go's link. So if you hit this link here, you'll be able to get that special $2.75 a month deal. So a beginner-friendly theme. I use a Vada theme from Theme Fusion. $60 one-off payment, which is awesome. Some themes require you to pay $60 a year, $70, $90 a year. My website's not the most professional, I don't think, but it doesn't have to be. It's simple, it's functional, it's not weighed down by a lot of, moving things and a lot of crap. So it makes it easier to navigate. ConvertKit email marketing service. So you'll hear people say the money is in the list. It is true. So the big difference is here, ConvertKit and a paid email service in general. So $29 a month. That's US, by the way. All these prices are US. So with the free email services, they won't allow you to do affiliate marketing in general, which is how most people make their money in the beginning, with as little as 50 subscribers. So with a free service, it's free up until 1,000. So once you get your 1,000 subscribers, then you've got to start paying. But, it's a long way to get 1,000 subscribers. And then, you can make money with way under if you can use affiliate marketing. So that's why I definitely recommend going with ConvertKit. That's an affiliate link, by the way. So for more on that, so I'll go into detail about how to set it all up in my free 7-day e-course. There's also a link to the best blogging course out there. So definitely get on there and check that out. yeah, it's an email course. You can go through it at your own pace. There's no, you don't get locked into anything. It's just a free course that you can come back and forward to, and you've got it for life. So you can get set up even cheaper, but I don't recommend it. Like I said before, using all the free stuff really puts a limit on how much you can grow your income. So what I have to compare this to, it's sort of a bit off topic, guys, but it's what I've got. So when I started my carpentry apprenticeship when I was 15, I had to spend the best part of $500 just to get some tools, just to turn up. After that, I had a 4-year wage progression that went from $5.25 an hour to $16.45 an hour for 4 years. So something else I didn't write in here, that most bloggers you'll see within their first year, they're making anywhere from $6,000 to $10,000 a month, which is huge compared to this. So when you can compare that to the earning potential of a simple blog about a pet dog named Doug the Pug. So this website, Doug the Pug, turns over more than $1 million US a year, selling basically dog merchandise. So it's sort of a no-brainer. Your online business can change as fast as you can. This is the reason why there are so many blogging online business success stories, because once, when you build a business with your laptop and just an internet connection, that's seriously all you need to get started. Like, as long as your laptop works, doesn't even have to be a good one. My laptop was $300. You can do it on anything. It's so simple to make changes. It can be all done in one place. So everything I use for work is down here in this toolbar, plus a Chrome browser. That's all you need. Probably also a good camera if you're going to do YouTube videos, but you can get by with your phone. So for example, if you nail down your niche, you have a couple of subtopics surrounding your niche, and you're writing content which relates, you may find that one of your subtopics is bringing in most of your traffic and business. More traffic equals buyers. So when you're writing content, so basically when I started my blog, I was going to do it about sort of career change and stuff like that, but I sort of wrote about 6 articles with different subtopics, and so it turned out the whole online business thing was more popular than anything else that I was writing about. So that's where I've gone with that. I didn't intend on blogging about blogging, but it turns out I am. I'm just going to be upfront with you guys. I'm not an expert, but it is very easy to learn, and you can learn it very quick and become an expert very quick. And just like that, you'll have your audience, and you are building something people actually want. So once you've published your first few articles, you already begin to see what your audience is, and then that's how you start growing. You go where the people are clicking, that's where you're going to go. With your content production. So here's some awesome free tools. This is what I was talking about before, how Google has a suite of tools that helps you see where which direction people are moving in, what they're buying, who they're buying off, what your competitors' websites are selling. Like, it really is awesome. So get Google Analytics, get Google Search Console, and Jetpack for WordPress is pretty good. It's a pretty hefty plugin that slows down your site a little bit, but it's still good to get started with Jetpack. It's really easy to use. So another reason that online business has got it over physical business is, a lot of physical businesses will have a website, but the big difference between running a full-time online business is it can bring you success so much quicker, because if you are, by default, you're going to be monitoring these things a lot, because that's what you're producing is online content, and this stuff really works well for that. So if you have a physical business with a website that only gets updated once per year, then these awesome tools will do nothing for you. So like Google, you're not going to get any feedback unless you're updating and producing content regularly. So that's another thing that online business has got over physical business. So you'd be sitting there wondering, your website's dormant. You'd be sitting there wondering, why am I not selling anything? Where do my viewers come from? Where does my audience live? What do these people buy of? What did these people ask me before? What do these customers actually want? You can find out all these things, plus a hell of a lot more, from your Google Search Console and your analytics pages. Yeah, guys, so analytics and digital marketing are the most powerful things you can learn, and the best part is you can learn it for free as long as you pay attention. So I mentioned before how the free stuff isn't good. Anything Google does that is free is awesome, because Google, you've got to really understand Google's whole business model, and that is that they are, I'm just going to go ahead and say it, that they're everything. Basically, they know, yeah, I can't get into it. It's going to take too long. But yeah, Google's free tools are just so powerful, and you can learn them for free. They've got all the walkthroughs and everything. But there is a huge reason for why they provide things for free, is because they are getting their money back in other ways. So you will own your business and your means to make money 100%. So this website that you're visiting right now, I own it 100%. No one can take it away from me. As long as I'm paying for my hosting, it's going to be up and running. And that is my means of making money, as well as my day job. But so out of all the online money making methods, starting a blog or running a blog alongside your online business is your best option. Let me explain why. So YouTube, Instagram, Shopify, all these things can be very lucrative, but the problem is the minority ruin it for the majority, like most good things in life, right? When you rely on a single platform to bring in your income, people start using shady methods and taking advantage. It affects everyone. So I have a friend who makes money from YouTube, and when they had a small algorithm change, it's gone back like a year. They basically wanted to prevent people from doing certain things in their video. I'm not going to say it, because then my video will probably be put in that category. I'm not going to get specific, but so that change put most videos in that same genre into the review system, and was therefore demonetized for the first few days. So what Google was doing was putting videos that had the certain keyword in the titles and in the description and all that. It'd be put into a review, because they didn't want their advertisers to be associated with that stuff until they'd reviewed what the content was actually about. So the first few days of the first few days of after being published are the biggest days for monetization. So that was costing this guy that I know quite a bit of money, and there's nothing he could do about it other than produce other videos that didn't relate to that content. And Instagram has made it harder to make it to the top of search, thanks to people with multiple accounts and content redirecting, among other things. And the other thing is that it's about to be a bit of a scandal on Instagram, in my opinion, is the number of influencers taking sponsorships and not delivering on the terms of the deal. So it's become rough on Instagram. People just taking advantage of brands, basically. So the moral of the story is, guys, when the minority gets punished, so does the majority. So that's why. See, when I was talking about Jeff Rose before from Good Financial Sense, that's something that he teaches. You don't just rely on one thing to bring in your money, because it can really come crashing down for you. And that's a good example of what I've just outlined there. So, yeah, guys, honestly, you can avoid all these ups and downs by owning the platform you use to bring in your money, by starting a simple blog. That's a link to an online course to start a blog. Definitely recommend checking it out. Like, it's not going to take you to a sales thing straight away. It's a whole landing page of information. It goes into depth about why it's awesome to start a blog. So growth, promotion, freedom, and income. Basically, the sky's the limit. That's what I'm going with. All right, so let's consider all the things from the last 9 reasons why you will need an online business in the next 5 years. All right, one more list, guys. All right, so let's face it, you've made it to the bottom of this article. You are the type of person who can make it as an entrepreneur. If you're still reading this, you're still watching this video, I'm telling you right now, you're going to make it. Making money online is the ultimate promotion. I mean, it doesn't get much better than making money from home, doing it, whenever you want. So your potential is sky higher than what you would earn now. So yeah, the plateau that you can reach on online business is much higher. So at this sky high platform, you would avoid the ups and downs of the economy. So no matter what happens, you're going to be able to change the way you make money, because your website is adaptable to the where people are what people are searching for. People always need things, people always want things, and they're going online for it these days. That's basically what I'm getting at. So not only can you change as fast as the rest of the world, but Google can help you see it coming. Like I was saying, with the free Google tools, they are the most powerful thing you can learn to use. So definitely get onto them. You can get started with very little risk to your capital. So basically, when you buy a hosting plan, it's going to get you started for 3 years for like $100, and it's a really good commitment to make. And it's not a risk. You're going to own a website for 3 years, and then if it does well for you, obviously you're going to keep paying for it. So it costs less than what you'd spend on avocados last financial year, basically, to get started with an online business. I mean, if you're not a fan of avocados, then that wouldn't apply to you. But that's just, a bit of fun. You can change directions towards your audience. I've probably said that about 10 times by now, but that's where the money is, guys. Go to where your audience is. You can own your very own piece of online real estate. Once again, I've said that about 10 times. Get started now. What are you waiting for? So just to sum it all up, if there was a golden age to start an online business, guys, it is right now. We'll all look back on this time and realize we were in it. And maybe some of us didn't take action, but some of us did. So honestly, guys, take action. Get it done. If any of you guys are thinking about starting an online business but don't know where to get started or have anything else holding you back, I want to hear from you. Let me know in the comments. I want to know the number one reason that is stopping you right now, and I can hopefully help you with that. All right, guys.